Okay, folks, hope everybody's doing good. Today I want to cover a subject that I've been watching for a while and saw. And we just got back from Oregon and had a really good time. It was a good event, a lot of really fun people. And it's kind of our annual fun thing to do. Levi's roping is called. Levi, he roped better this year than he did last year, so that's pretty cool to see. And he has a good time, so do we. But this video I'm making with Shelly in mind. She's up there in Oregon. She got a nice colt going, but there's never any groundwork done. And it came out in the riding, so she's going to start getting a foundation on the horse, because I'm a big believer in groundwork. I just don't like too much of it. There's people that spend years doing it, and it's not a year-long ordeal. Depending on your schedule, it can be 2 months tops and you're done with all of it. And that's not doing it full time. There's people that enjoy the groundwork so they don't have to ride. Well, I kind of like to ride personally. So, yes, anyway, so that's what we're doing today, is I'm going to show Chino, who's had groundwork, and Moon, who's never heard of groundwork. But first I need to tell you about spotted fever. That horse I was working, everybody's watching him, he didn't make it. Meaning, I told the owner, Gabby, that it wasn't going to work and she was going to get hurt really bad. So, he's no longer here, and she got him turned out in the pasture for the rest of his life. And so he's history. When we were on the road full time doing clinics, we'd run into about 2 a year. And I would tell the owners, this horse is dangerous and it's going to hurt you. Well, most of them didn't do what I told them. And they're going to show Pat that they could fix it or whatever. I didn't care, but it didn't work out real well for them. And then the worst one was in New Jersey, a big warm blood horse. I spent 45 minutes just trying to get it in my hand, riding it. And I told the lady, who was 4'1", I said, this horse is going to hurt you, and you need to get rid of it because it's dangerous. Her comment to me was, she says, okay, I'll give it to my daughter. So I thought, okay, you must hate your daughter. But anyway, all I can do is tell them and then leave town. But anyway, Gabby, who had spotted fever, this is now her horse. So she gets to have a good time without going to ICU, getting a foundation on it, and she'll learn to rope off it and everything else she wants to get done, and have a safe ride. So I'm doing this for Shelly in Oregon, and the folks in McKinney, Texas need to see this. And anybody that wants to get a foundation of groundwork, that's what this is about. And I'll show you the difference between the two animals so it makes sense. And for me personally, one of the reasons I like groundwork is because doing groundwork, I never ever have to pull in their mouth. So that's kind of the reason. So first I'll do Chino, and then I'll do Moon.
Don't get them confused.
Yeah, no kidding. Now the first thing that has to happen, you do it against a fence or a trailer. And what it's about is having the horse going between you and an object, because horses are claustrophobic. So several things happen here. And the thing about a horse being okay about going through a pressure zone, and then when it gets past, it's going to have to disengage its hindquarters, step across with its front end, and go back the other way. So when this is done correctly, it's done off a feel. First I do it mechanically. I give the horse enough room to get through here, and I give it direction, and this is impulsion. The horse goes by. Now as he goes by, I don't let him go past my shoulder. I disengage him and send him back the other way. Now he's a big horse, I need a little bit more room. So I'll lift his head and disengage the hindquarter. Now watch the front end cross, right there. Now he goes by, I switch hands and send him back the other way. When this is over, your hands are open and it's no longer mechanical, and it's a feel, and he knows what to do, so I just stay out of his way. If you'll notice, my feet don't step back and I don't allow him to push on me. So now I will get rid of the spur, which is my right hand. You see how he stops, so I'll put the spur back on and he goes. So he's paying attention to what I'm asking with my body. Now I'm going to send him back without the spur, disengage the hindquarter, and send him through without the spur. There's the spur. Through, disengage. Now you watch what my feet are doing. Nothing. The biggest mistake in groundwork is when people yield to the horse. So the horse learns to push you around the yard. That's why it's so important to do your math before you send a horse. So now I'm going to say, here it comes. Now lifting the head slightly helps the hindquarter disengage. Watch, I'll lift right now. Disengage the hindquarter and stop the horse. That's the exercise. To me, that's the very first one that a horse needs to do to get a good foundation in groundwork. So now I'll get a horse, I'll get Moon. Yeah, I use it for teaching a horse to load in a trailer. Now on that note, the reason I teach them back and forth to load in a trailer, if somebody can't get their horse loaded and they pay me to do it, is it's dangerous to get inside the trailer with them, so I drive them in. Okay, then down later on that day, that hour, then I lead them in. Now I know they can go in by driving or leading, either way. So what this is the pressure of a horse walking between here. It's the exact same thing as the pressure of a horse walking into a trailer, because it's a confined space. That's how they relate to it. So, like Deb says, I start off here before I put them in the trailer. Now, as you can tell, I set myself up to fail by putting this horse here. Okay, now folks, here's a horse that has never, ever had any groundwork done, none. So now I have to allow for that. And he's used to being caught and led, no problem, but he's not used to being driven like I'm going to drive him. So in this particular situation, you got to be in front of the eye, even with the eye, or behind the eye. So I'm going to show him where I want him to go, and then I'll be behind the eye with my hand to get him to go there. He thinks I want him to come to me. So I'll get behind the eye with my body and drive him through. And that's your reaction of a horse. And he's wondering why. What are you doing? So if you have a horse that's never had groundwork, this is what it's going to look like. There, he's ready to go again. So I'll set him up. Please bear in mind that he's been rode 1,000,000 miles. Set him up, there's the trailer. I get behind the eye, and he started to make it. I'll shorten up. I never do this, but I have to on this horse to help him. I'll shorten up, and he goes through. I got to keep setting him up to win until the tables turn. Tables turn when he knows and he's got it. You'll be able to see it. Now I'm going to get out of his way and get set up for the exact same thing. See how he's stepping into me? He's used to being led. And I'm trying to lead him with my left hand. Now I'll send him back. Now, the whole deal here, he's an older horse. Don't get bothered. Don't get in his wash machine.
He honestly doesn't know what you want, right?
That's right. If you watch the tips of his ears, I'm setting him up in the exact same place. Now, when his ears do that, I got him. Watch his ears. There's one place to go, horse. You just figured it out. Now watch his ears. He flicked that one ear to look where he wanted to go. Now I'm going to ask him to lower his skull, and I'll lower my hands. And now he's kind of over the fear part. And it's starting to make a little bit of sense. Now, I don't want to send him from here because I'll set him up to fail. And he will end up pushing me back. So I'm going to put it back where it was. Line him up.
Let me just take
Well, I had to bump his eye that time because you notice he's crowding me. So I'm telling him to move over there. Now, without running over me, you're going to have to go past me now, and I'm not going to let you run over me. He's a good student because you can hear his breathing. Now, watch the skull go down. I've told you 100 times that means they're nervous. That doesn't mean he understands it and he wants to be my willing partner. That's not true. So, if you get into groundwork, this is what you got to go through.
But it's been something like 4 minutes, so.
Right. Now, if you do this, a horse that you raise the day after they're weaned, the whole program can happen in 2 days. You got a horse that comes in the back door, he's an older horse, and he's like, what are you talking about? Direction, impulsion. I'm ready to block the eye. Right there, because I don't want him stepping on me. The release is going forward. That foot made it. I'm not going to set myself up to fail. Now this time, as far as I'm concerned, the tables have turned. He knows what I want now. So I'm basically going to stay in his way, just like when I trailer load. No, you can't get in the trailer. No, you can't get in the trailer. Okay, now you can get in the trailer. Back him up. Something else that hasn't happened in his life. Now he's got plenty of room to not run over me and make it through this hole. Now watch his ear. There, he's looked. He knows what to do. I'm going to block the eye. This is why it's so important to read a horse. See his head melting down? I'll reassure him. You're fine. Same exact movement. Same exact direction. Blocking, blocking, changing hands. And saying, now, if you don't mind going through. Now, this direction, I'll do it from here. See how he's stepping over now? Because I blocked that eye, he's learning to get out of my way. Watch the front foot. He's going to step away from it. Now he's going to search for that place where he was able to walk through. Pressure. Pressure. Release. Backing up. Watch the ears. Look for a direction, horse. There it is. I'm going to start stopping him quicker so he doesn't go past my shoulder. All right, now watch. Watch this horse change his mind. He just said no. Now he's going to say yes. So I am going to stand here. I'm behind the eye. Here it comes. Direction, impulsion. Direction, impulsion. Shutting him down sooner now. Step over out of my way. That's me bumping on the eye. See it? Now go on through. And I think you know that I'm talking because I want this to be an instructional video. If it wasn't a video, I wouldn't be saying a word. Just know that. I don't say, oh my God, way to go, please step. I don't talk to him. This is talking right now. There's the direction. There's the impulsion. One. Don't push me. Don't push me. Thank you. He's wanting to push me out of the way for whatever reason. I don't care what it is. There, now he knows what to do. You watch my arms. As soon as he makes the right move, they go down. Now the tables have turned. How well can I present myself? How well can I be ready to block this body that's right in line with me so that he'll walk between me and the trailer? It's on me now. How well can I do this? I'll send my spur back. I bumped him over. I bumped his rib that time to get him to move away from me. You got to understand, you may think this is nothing, but the pressure of that trailer and him wanting me to get out of his way is what this...
Let me come around here and show them how wide it is. Okay.
There's the deep breath. Going through. Watch my thumb. See that rib? That's a horse that was stuck. Okay, I raised the pressure point. Now, watch his ears. I'm going to tell him to get over. There goes the skull. Here comes the horse's brain. Now, you can make it. You can make it. Didn't push on me that time. Now, he keeps going over there, which is part of the schooling. But once again, it's on me. How well can I present this? Here it comes. See me pointing right at the trailer. You're fine, just going through. Now, keep your feet moving. If you would please, and just going through. Don't push on me. I bumped the rib. You're fine. This is the conversation part. There's no hard feelings. What you gotta do is just walk through here. Now I have to be able to release my right hand as quickly as I possibly can, plus use it if I need it.
That was like a staggery step. You stepped away, then two, then away.
Good, you're thinking.
Yeah.
There you go. That's where I want you to be.
That was nice.
Head goes down, horse has got it. Head goes up, horse does not have it. It's the best release I can give you. Left brain, right brain. Here it comes. He can't stop. I don't mind him trying it. He thinks he has to do that. I'm not dumb enough to get my feet stepped on. But when he does pressure against me, then it's not going to be fun. See what I mean? That's fun. That's
Not fun.
not fun. That's fun. Now, how well can I present myself? Think, horse, think. Don't lose your mind. Think. That was the very first time we did this. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm fine. So if I was on his back trying to teach him something, I would be constantly pulling on his mouth to fix this problem. I haven't pulled on his mouth once. I don't blame him for trying all his options. He's 9 years old. He's been around who knows what. Doesn't matter. What I would like is for you to yield to pressure and walk between me and the trailer. If you don't mind. Okay. It's over. This is over. It's done. Now, tomorrow, next Tuesday, sometime, I'm going to do this again. And in the interim, he will have thought about this. And he'll either run me over or he'll walk between me and the trailer. That's his call, because we both know that running me over isn't really smart.
Well, and he's going from a ranch horse who's been out in the brush
He's
to
never been to town. I mean,
to a horse that's going to live in town.
he's being taught horsemanship now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's fine. I don't take it personal when they want to knock me flat. I just don't allow me to get stepped on is what I'm after.
Now, is this going to be Gabby's homework?
Yeah. This will be her first thing she has to accomplish. If you can't do this, Gabby, Gus, Shelly, Joe, McKinney, Texas, if you can't do this, there's no point in doing the rest of it. Thank you.
Trying to think if there's anything else we need to wrap up with. Oh, there was a question about when we haul our horses in the trailer, do we turn them loose?
If you haul one horse in the trailer and you're going cross country, I turn them loose. If I'm just going across town, I tie them up. But if I have one horse, I hang water and I put the horse in the trailer. Depending on the horse and where his brain is, I might throw some hay in the front of the trailer, I might not. A lot of times when I'm cowboying, if I leave at 3 in the morning, I throw a flake of hay in the front of the trailer, turn my horse in there. When I get where I'm going, I unload him. It's daylight. I saddle him and I go to work. So it's common sense.
But obviously, when there's more than one horse, you really can't turn them loose.
Then you get in a fight. You get horses hurt. All right. Thank you.
All right.